Good morning. As the sun rises over the Atlanta skyline, we turn our attention to a neighborhood steeped in history and facing a pivotal moment. In the heart of Atlanta lies Vine City, a community geographically close to the bustling downtown core, yet possessing a distinct identity all its own. It's a neighborhood with a legacy of resilience, a testament to the strength and determination of its residents through decades of change. Once a center of the civil rights movement, a place where pivotal decisions were made and strategies were forged, Vine City holds a special place in American history. Leaders walked these streets, dreams were nurtured here, and a nation began to change. Vine City has weathered both triumph and hardship, experiencing periods of prosperity and facing challenges that tested its very foundation. Through it all, the spirit of the community has endured. Today, the community is energized, with residents actively engaged in shaping their future and building upon the rich heritage of their neighborhood. Working to build a safer, brighter future, residents are investing their time, energy, and resources into creating a thriving community for all. But a new challenge has emerged, a proposal that threatens to disrupt the progress and alter the landscape of Vine City. GeorgiaPower wants to build an electrical substation, a large-scale infrastructure project that would have a significant impact on the surrounding area. On land residents hoped would become a park or community center, a space for recreation, gathering, and fostering a stronger sense of community. This vacant lot represents more than just empty space. It embodies the hopes and dreams of the people who call Vine City home. This proposal has sparked a fierce debate, a passionate discussion about the future of Vine City and the priorities that will guide its development. Corporate necessity versus community vision, a classic conflict between the needs of a large corporation and the aspirations of the people it serves. For residents, it's not just about infrastructure. It's about preserving their heritage, protecting their environment, and ensuring a high quality of life for generations to come. It's about who controls the neighborhood's destiny, who has the power to shape its future, and whose voices will be heard in the decision-making process. Many see the substation as another burden, an unwelcome intrusion into their community that could have negative consequences for their health and well-being, threatening health, property values, and quality of life, raising concerns about the potential impact on the long-term viability of the neighborhood. GeorgiaPower argues the site is critical for Atlanta's growing energy needs, essential for providing reliable power to homes and businesses throughout the city. Residents imagine green spaces, vibrant parks where children can play, families can gather, and the community can connect with nature, and affordable housing instead, creating opportunities for residents to live and thrive in their own community, without being priced out by rising costs. The clash raises urgent questions, fundamental questions about urban planning, community development, and the balance of power in our society. Who decides what a neighborhood becomes? Who has the right to determine its future? And what factors should be considered in the decision-making process? How do we balance citywide needs with local voices? How can we ensure that the needs of the larger community are met without sacrificing the interests and well-being of individual neighborhoods? This is more than a zoning dispute. It's a reflection of deeper societal issues, including environmental justice, economic inequality, and the right to self-determination. It's a fight for the soul of Vine City, a battle to preserve its unique character, its rich history, and its vibrant community spirit. The outcome will shape the community for generations, determining the kind of place Vine City will be for those who live, work, and raise their families here. The stakes are high, and both sides are determined to fight for what they believe in, engaging in a passionate debate that will ultimately shape the future of Vine City. The crossroads is here, a moment of decision that will have profound and lasting consequences for the community, and the future hangs in the balance, waiting to be shaped by the choices we make today. The story of Vine City is a microcosm of the challenges and opportunities facing communities across the nation, a reminder that the decisions we make at the local level can have a profound impact on the lives of individuals and the future of our society. From GeorgiaPower's perspective, the proposed substation is not just an addition, but an essential component of the city's infrastructure. It's a critical piece of a much larger puzzle, vital for maintaining the flow of electricity that powers our daily lives. Atlanta's rapid growth, with its ever-expanding skyline and burgeoning population, increasingly strains the existing electrical grid, pushing it to its limits and beyond. The demand for power is constantly on the rise. Substations are the city's power intersections, acting as crucial nodes in the electrical network, keeping homes, providing the energy needed for everyday living, businesses, fueling the economic engine of the city, and hospitals running, ensuring critical services remain uninterrupted. Without expansion and upgrades to the power infrastructure, outages and blackouts could become more frequent, threatening the city's economic engine and disrupting the lives of its residents. The consequences could be severe. GeorgiaPower is planning for the future, anticipating the needs of a growing metropolis. More electric vehicles, which will place an additional load on the grid, electrified homes, with increased reliance on electricity for heating and cooling, and surging demand, driven by technological advancements and population growth. They insist the Vine City site is optimal, the most suitable location for this vital infrastructure project, chosen for technical reasons based on careful analysis and planning not to target any community. Their studies show this location, after extensive research and modeling, will relieve pressure on the grid, preventing overloads and ensuring a stable power supply, and ensure reliability, providing consistent and dependable electrical service to all customers. For them, this is responsible planning, a proactive approach to meeting the energy needs of the future, not just for today, but for decades ahead, ensuring a reliable power supply for generations to come. They argue that delaying or relocating the project due to logistical or political challenges could jeopardize service for millions, potentially leading to widespread disruptions and economic losses. The company frames the substation as a necessity, a critical investment in the city's future, not a choice. They see themselves as stewards of Atlanta's progress, ensuring the city has the power it needs to thrive. The debate, for them, is fundamentally about keeping the city's lights on, powering its homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. But they know the community's concerns can't be ignored, and that a solution must be found that addresses both the city's energy needs and the well-being of its residents. Vine City residents are pushing back, hard. Their message, enough is enough. The plan for a second substation sparked outrage and galvanized the community. Rallies, petitions, and public meetings have united neighbors in opposition. Residents feel overlooked, forced to shoulder projects others wouldn't accept. Health risks, property values, and the neighborhood's image are all at stake. They want parks, not power plants, green space, not gray boxes. This is about fairness and self-determination. For too long, decisions have been made for them, not with them. Now they demand a real say in their future. Their fight is about dignity, respect, and the right to shape their own neighborhood. The community's voice is louder than ever. This isn't the first time Vine City has faced this battle. The Herndon substation already looms at the neighborhood's edge. Residents feel they've done their part. Why another substation, and why here? Memories of past disruption and broken promises fuel mistrust. The new site is less than a mile from the existing one, raising questions about necessity and fairness. Many ask, couldn't the current substation be upgraded instead? The clustering of industrial sites feels unjust, reinforcing a sense of being singled out. The first substation is a daily reminder of what's at stake. For Vine City, a second facility is a line they refuse to cross. To truly understand the depth of this fight, to grasp the passion and the unwavering resolve of the people involved, you need to know Vine City's history. It's a history etched in both triumph and tribulation, a story of resilience in the face of systemic challenges. Once a thriving black middle-class hub, a beacon of prosperity and community strength and civil rights landmark, a place where pivotal moments in the struggle for equality unfolded, it's seen decades of top-down decisions that left scars, decisions that prioritized external interests over the well-being of its residents. Major projects like stadiums and highways, grand in scale but often devastating in their impact, displaced residents and divided the community, fracturing the social fabric and leaving lasting wounds. Promises of revitalization often fell short, replaced by empty lots and broken dreams, breeding skepticism and a deep-seated distrust of outside interventions. This legacy shapes today's resistance, fueling the determination to protect what remains. Residents see echoes of past injustices, the same patterns of disregard and displacement, in the substation proposal. It feels like history repeating itself. They remember being put second, their needs and concerns consistently overlooked, to the city's needs, to the demands of progress that seem to always come at their expense. But Vine City is resilient. It has weathered storms before, and it will weather this one too. Recent years have brought new investment and pride, a resurgence of hope and a renewed sense of community. The community is rebuilding, brick by brick, dream by dream, on its own terms, guided by its own vision, and fueled by its own unwavering spirit. The substation feels like a step backward, a betrayal of the progress they fought so hard to achieve, threatening hard-won progress and undermining the community's efforts to create a brighter future. Residents are determined more than ever to protect what they've achieved, to safeguard their community, and to ensure that their voices are finally heard. This fight is about breaking a cycle of inequity, about demanding a seat at the table, and about shaping their own destiny. They want a future where their community thrives, where their children prosper, and where their voices resonate. Defined by their own vision, a vision of justice, equity, and a community where everyone has the opportunity to flourish. Listen to Vine City, and you'll hear passion and resolve. Longtime residents say, "We've given enough. Where's our park, our grocery store?" Community leaders call it environmental justice. You wouldn't see two substations in Buckhead. The fight is about fairness, not just opposition. Young families worry about health and safety, wanting a better future for their children. The community's vision includes green space, healthy food, and places for kids to play. They're not against progress. They want to define it. Residents propose alternatives: parks, gardens, affordable housing. Their stories turn a technical debate into a human drama. The movement is united, determined, and creative. They're demanding more than a no. They're offering a new vision. Their voices are shaping the conversation. This is about hope, not just resistance. GeorgiaPower's representatives speak in terms of duty and necessity. "We understand the concerns, but our responsibility is reliable electricity for all," they say. "The grid is at capacity. The new substation is a need, not a want." Engineers insist the Vine City site is the best technical solution. Placing it elsewhere would be less effective and more costly. They stress safety facilities meet or exceed all standards, with no proven health risks. GeorgiaPower promises landscaping and buffers to minimize impact. They feel caught between community opposition and citywide needs. Their priority is keeping Atlanta running for millions. They want to be seen as responsible but believe the project is essential. The company is seeking a path forward, balancing duty and sensitivity. At the heart of this conflict are two clear goals. Vine City residents want community control and positive development: parks, gardens, affordable homes. They seek self-determination and a break from outside decision-making. A win would mean their voices matter and set a new precedent for community input. GeorgiaPower's goal is grid stability for a growing city. They want to prevent outages and prepare for future demand. Success means building the substation at the chosen site while addressing community concerns. Both sides hope for progress but define it differently. The outcome will shape not just Vine City, but Atlanta's approach to development. The stakes are about more than power. They're about power over the future. This isn't just a local dispute. It's a defining moment for Atlanta. The outcome will signal what the city values: corporate planning or community vision. For Vine City, a win would energize revitalization and prove the power of organizing. If the substation is built, it could deepen mistrust and dampen hope. The debate is about the soul of the city: progress that includes everyone, or just efficiency. True progress listens to those most affected and heals old wounds. How Atlanta resolves this will shape its identity for years to come. Vine City's fight is a reminder. Neighborhoods are more than land. They're communities with stories worth fighting for. The world is watching. The next chapter is being written now.